Hello students, welcome to Kasam Academy. Myself Dr. Ramyasri, and today I am going to tell you how to easily remember the pest of rice. Generally, the pest of any crops is very difficult to remember because each crop will have 10 to 15 important pests, and to remember each and every pest morphology, identification, nature of damage, symptom of damage is a difficult task. So here I have made it simple way in this tabular form. So by remembering these points you can write in any way. If it is given for 2 marks also, you can write the answer. If it is given for 10 marks also, you can elaborate and you can write the answer. So these are the main points which you need to remember about a pest. So this includes we need to remember the morphology of the egg, larva, pupa and adult. The first thing we need to remember how it will look. Then we need to remember how the pest will damage and which stage is going to damage. And next you need to remember what are the symptoms which are looking outside after the damage by the pest. So what are the symptoms which the plant is showing after the pest damage, and later you need to remember the management. So first, coming to the pest, rice stem borer. Rice stem borer, scientific name is Scirpophaga incertulus, belonging to the family Crambidae and the order Lepidoptera. So it is very important to remember the family, scientific name and order of the pest. So first you need to remember all the scientific names, common names, order and family. So rice stem borer, see in this image, the eggs are laid in the form of mass or group. Here you can see in the image clearly. Here the eggs are laid in the form of mass, egg mass, and these eggs are generally laid on the tips of the rice leaf. Suppose you think this is the rice leaf, these eggs are generally laid on the tip of the leaf, and these are laid in the form of mass or group which are covered by the hairs. You can see here these eggs are covered by the hairs like this. So in order to protect, generally why insects will cover the eggs with hairs means in order to protect from the parasites and predators, they will cover the eggs. So we need to remember the duration also. Generally these eggs will hatch within 5 to 8 days. And coming to the larva, here in the larva we need to generally remember how the larva will look. What is the color of the larva? Here the stem borer larva is yellowish in color with well developed prothoracic shield. So generally prothoracic shield, where it will be? After the head. After the head we can see the prothoracic shield, and here you can see the prothoracic shield is present, and the larval duration is 33 to 41 days. So generally a Lepidopteran larval duration will be for 1 month. Pupation. So it is a stem borer. Generally the pupation will take place inside the stem, and the pupal duration is 6 to 10 days. Coming to the adult is a yellowish colored moth, and generally the female insect, so this is the adult female, and the female insect is yellowish in color with 2 black spots on the forewings. Here you can see the black spots are present on the forewings and with the anal tuft of hairs. So the end of the abdomen will have the hairs. Why the hairs are present? Because when laying eggs, the hairs, the female insect will stick the hairs to the egg and it will cover the egg. So the end of the abdomen will have anal tuft of hairs, and you can see the male moth here. This is not having any black spots on the wings. So it is also yellow in color without any black spots and anal tuft of hairs. And nature of damage. So here nature of damage, how the larva will firstly enter into the leaf sheath. So this is the rice plant. So what the larva will do, it will first enter into the leaf sheath, then from the nodal area it will feed inside the stem of the plant, and as a result you can see the two important symptoms: dead heart at the vegetative stage and white ear at the reproductive stage. So the dead heart is nothing but if you pull the plant, it will get easily removed from the soil. So here in this image you can see the dead heart and white ear, and here in this image you can see the white ear, the grains are not filled inside the panicle. Panicle is not filled with grains, and it will look white in color, and the total panicle is chaffy, that is white ear symptom. And coming to the management, so management of this pest, as I have told you that the eggs are laid on the tips of the leaf, that's why we need to clip the leaf tips. We need to clip the leaf tips. Clipping of the leaf tip is the first management option. Then as this is boring inside the stem, we need to put the insecticide granules inside the whorls of the stem. So you can apply carbofuran 3G granules at the rate of 10 kg per acre. The next pest is rice gall midge. Scientific name is Orseolia oryza, belonging to the family Cecidomidae and order Diptera. We all know the Dipteran order will include all the flies. Generally, mosquito also belong to the Diptera, housefly also belonging to the Diptera. So this gall midge also belongs to the Diptera. It is a fly. It is a very small insect looking like a mosquito. Here you can see this is the adult fly. So how it is looking, it is orange in color, generally just like a mosquito, and the abdomen is reddish in color with a telescopic body. So the adult duration is 1 to 3 days. Generally this adult will lay eggs either singly or in the groups. The eggs are also reddish and elongate in shape. The eggs are generally laid above or below the ligule, and the egg duration is 3 to 6 days. Coming to the larva, generally we call it as maggot. So all the dipteran larvae are called as maggots because they don't have legs and head. So this maggot is also reddish in color and duration is 15 to 20 days. This is the maggot. This is the maggot and duration is 15 to 20 days. And pupation takes place at the base of the gall, and pupal duration is also 2 to 8 days. And how this maggot will cause damage means, the maggot will feed on the meristem of the plant. Meristem means which is present at the top. So it will feed on the meristem of the plant, resulting in the suppression and formation of radial ridges and causes elongation of the leaf sheath. So generally it will feed on the meristem of the plant, top portion of the plant, resulting in the elongation of the leaf sheath. Whatever leaf sheath is there, it will get elongated. And how the symptom will look, this elongated leaf sheath will look white in color. That's why we call it as silver shoot or onion shoot. The leaf sheath will be reduced, it will become narrow, just looking like the onion leaves. How the onion leaves will be there with very narrow tubular leaves. In the same way this leaf sheath will be looking. That's why the symptom is called as silver shoot or onion shoot. And as the meristem is damaged, more number of side tillers will be emerged from the plant. So subsidiary tillering will be there. So what are the management practices? Early planting of the rice crop generally escape the damage of the gall midge. And here also same, we can put carbofuran 3G granules or 4-8 10g granules according to the dosage. If we are putting 4-8, it is 5 kg per acre, and if we are using carbofuran, it is dosage is 10 kg per acre. Coming to the next pest, it is BPH, brown plant hopper. Scientific name is Nilaparvata lugens, belonging to the family Delphacidae and order Hemiptera. So, as the name itself resembles, the insect will be brown in color. We call it as brown plant hopper. The insect is brown in color. And here you can see these are the eggs of the insect. These are the eggs of the insect. So these eggs are generally looking just like the shape of banana. These are elongated eggs looking like shape of banana. These are inserted into the parenchymatous tissue of the leaf. So what the adult will do, it will insert its eggs into the parenchymatous tissue. Why it is inserting? Because due to wind or water, the eggs must not get damaged. That's why the adult is inserting the eggs into the parenchymatous tissue of the leaf, and generally the adult will lay 2 to 12 number of eggs. Adult will lay 2 to 12 number of eggs, and eggs duration is 7 to 9 days. Within 7 to 9 days, these eggs will hatch, and you can see the nymph which is brown in color, and there are 5 nymphal instar, and duration of the nymph is 10 to 18 days. And coming to the adult, you can see these two are adults. These two are adult insects. These are generally wedge shaped, as the name itself denoting brown plant hopper. The adults are brown in color dorsally and deep brown ventrally, and females have 2 types of wings. One is fully developed wings. So here you can see this is fully developed wings. Wings are covering total body, that is, we call it as macropterus. And only half developed wings. Here you can see wings are covering only up to this surface of the body. We call it as brachyterus wings. So in female we can see 2 types of wings: fully developed winged females, macropterus, and partially developed winged females, those are brachypterus. And how these insects will cause damage? Generally, these nymphs and adults are present at the base of the rice plants. So here, as shown in the image, you can see these are all the nymphs and adults which are present at the base of the rice plants. They will inject the toxic saliva into the plant and will suck sap, resulting in the hopper-borne symptom. So in the symptoms of damage, you need to remember what is the damage by the BPH means hopper burn. So hopper burn symptom, how it will look means the plants will get dried. The leaves of the plants will turn into brown in color, and drying of the plant occurs due to the toxic saliva which it is injecting into the plant, as well as the sucking of sap from the plants. So here you can see the drying of the fields in the circular manner. Here you can see in the image the field is dried in the form of circles. It is the main important symptom of the main management practice used for the BPH is formation of alleys in the field. Suppose you think this is the field, and for every 2 meters planting of the rice you need to leave a row of 20 centimeters and again plant the rice crop. So this row where you have not planted the rice will help in the aeration of the plants, and also will help to take the proper management practices by moving inside the field. So this will reduce the population of the BPH, and also spraying of acephate and draining of the field in the middle of the season. So in the middle of the season, once you need to completely remove the water from the rice crop, and again afterwards you need to fill it. So this draining also will reduce the population of this BPH. And the next pest is green leaf hopper. The scientific name is Nephotetex negropictus, and another species also exists, that is Nephotetex virescens, belonging to the family Cicadellidae and order Hemiptera. So here you can see this insect also lays eggs in the form of rows which are thrusted into the epidermis of the leaf. You think so? This is the leaf and these are the eggs as you are seeing in the image. The eggs are inserted into the epidermis of the leaf. Epidermis is nothing but the topmost layer of the leaf where the eggs are inserted into the epidermis. Why it is inserting, I have told you, in order to if there is any high wind blow or if there is any water flow, in order to safeguard the eggs, so it is inserting into the epidermis. Generally the female will lay 53 eggs and the egg duration is 6 to 7 days. And here you can see in the image, this is the nymph which is light green in color, and this nymph will undergo 5 instars and nymphal duration is 18 to 24 days. And in this image you can clearly see the adult. So these two are different species. This first one is Nephotetex nigropictus and the second one is Nephotetex virescens. So you can clearly differentiate these two adults. So in case of Nephotetex nigropictus, it is, you can see it is green in color with 2 black spots on the wings. Here you can see these are the black spots on the wings which are extended digitally. So these spots are extended digitally, and you can see black tinge on the pronotum. So whatever this triangle is there on after the head, this is called as pronotum, and you can see the black tinge is present on the pronotum, and you can also see the black band on the crown of the head. So this is the crown of the head. You can see the black lines. We call it as black band on the crown of the head. So this is the Nephotetex nigropictus. And coming to the virescens, so it is also green in color. You can see it is also having 2 black spots on the wings, but these are not extended till the digital portion. In case of nigropictus, you can see here the black spots are extended to the digital portion. Here only 2 black spots are present. These are not extended digitally, and there is no black tinge on the pronotum, and there is no black band on the crown of the head. So these are the important marks of identification of these two species, Nephotetex nigropictus and Nephotetex virescens. So these how they will cause damage. Generally the nymphs and adults will suck sap from the leaves, and if the insect is sucking sap from the leaves, what will happen? Generally you can see the yellowing of the leaves, and one important thing is that these will transmit the viral diseases. The main viral disease which these transmit is rice tungro. So how the symptoms will look? Symptoms: yellowing of the leaf and scratch like marks on the leaf, because those feeding sites they will develop like scratch like things. And what is the management? Spraying of dichlorowas 1 ml per liter. So in the management I am discussing only few important management things. I am not discussing each and every management, because while studying the IPM, so many management practices you will get covered and it will be remembered easily. So some specific management things only I am covering in the management column. So the next insect is rice hispa. Scientific name is Dicladispa armigera, belonging to the family Chrysomelidae and order Coleoptera. And this hispa will lay eggs singly, and these eggs also inserted into the epidermis of the leaf. So rice hispa also will lay eggs singly, and eggs are inserted into the epidermis of the leaf. And this will also lay eggs only on the tips of the rice leaves. And one more pest which lays eggs on the tips, that is rice stem borer, but it will lay egg in the form of group. Hispa will lay egg singly, and generally a female will lay 55 eggs, and these eggs will hatch within 4 to 5 days. The larva, coming to the larva, or we call it as grub, as it is in the order Coleoptera, we call Coleopterans as grubs. So here you can see the grub is yellowish, light yellowish and flattened, and the grub duration is 7 to 12 days. And you can see this is the pupa, and this pupation will occur within the leaf mine, and pupal period is 3 to 5 days. And adult, here you can see the adult is a shiny beetle. It is bluish black in color with spines covered all over on thorax and elytra. So adult is bluish black shiny adult with spines covered on the thorax as well as on the elytra. The elytra means wings. Thorax and elytra is totally covered with spines. And how it will damage? So this grub which is there on the leaf will tunnel the leaf surface, and causing the mines. Generally we call it as a coleopteran leaf miner. Leaf miners are generally belong to the family order Diptera, but it is a coleopteran beetle which will mine the leaf and which will tunnel inside the leaf, resulting in the formation of blotches on the leaf surface, papery blotches on the leaf surface. So what are the symptoms? Symptoms are whitish leaf tips and rectangular leaf blotches which are caused by the mining of the grubs. Here you can see the symptom clearly. See, this is a rectangular leaf blotch, white leaf streaks which is in the shape of the rectangle. So rectangular papery streaks which are parallel to the midrib. So this is the midrib of the rice leaf, and this is parallel to the midrib. This is rectangle in shape and it is white papery in color. So this is the important symptom to identify this insect. So in this image also you can see how the papery blotches or streaks will look due to the damage by the rice hispa. So rectangular white papery streaks which are present parallel to the midrib of the leaves. And coming to the management, as I have told you, these eggs are laid on the tips of the rice leaf. So clipping of the leaf tip is the management practice for rice stem borer as well as rice hispa also, because the eggs are laid on the tips of the leaf. And the spraying of profenopause 2 ml per liter or chloropyrifos 2.5 ml per liter. So here you can compare with the stem borer in case of hispa for the egg laying practice and management. So next insect is rice leaf folder, Nephalocrosis medinalis, belonging to the family Crambidae and order Lepidoptera. Here you can see the eggs are flat. Here you can see the eggs which are flat, yellowish and oval, which are laid under surface of the leaf. So suppose this is the leaf, these eggs are laid on the under surface. Below the leaf surface, these are flat, yellow and oval in shape, and the egg duration is 4 to 7 days. Coming to the larva is yellowish green in color, and larval duration is generally, I told you no, for Lepidopteran larval duration will be for 1 month generally. So this is also a Lepidopteran pest. The larval duration is 15 to 27 days. And pupation will take place inside the leaf folder. The name is the leaf folder. So what it will do, it will fold the leaves. That's why pupation also will take place inside the leaf fold. And pupal duration is 6 to 8 days. So for generally for Lepidopterans, pupal duration will be for 1 week. Coming to the adult, here you can see this is the adult insect. It is brown moth, brownish orange colored moth, and with light brown colored wings. You can see on the wings 2 wavy markings you can see on the forewings. So this is the forewing, you can see this is the wavy markings. So this is wavy markings present on the forewings. So 2 dark wavy lines on forewing, this is one and this is one, and 1 dark wavy line on the hind wing. So here you can see the adult is brown colored moth with 2 wavy markings on the forewing and 1 wavy line or marking on the hind wing. And coming to the symptom, here you can see irregular white membranous streaks. So here you can see in case of rice hispa, I have told you the whitish leafy streaks will be in rectangle and those will be parallel to the midrib of the leaf. But in case of leaf folder, these whitish streaks are irregular and very large, and there is no proper shape. These are very large, no proper shape, these whitish streaks. Why these white streaks are causing? Because this larva which is there, what it will do, it will fold 2 to 3 leaves with the help of a silken thread which is secreting from its mouth. It will fold the leaves and it will form a tubular case inside which this larva will live, and what it will do, it will scrape the leaf surface and it will feed on it. That's why this papery white streaks or membranous streaks you can see on the leaf surface. Management. An important management practice for this leaf folder is passing of a rope 2 to 3 times at the tillering stage. Why? Means if we pass the rope, whatever the leaf folds are there, they will open and the larva will fall into the water and it will die. That's why there is a practice of passing the leaf rope in order to open the leaf folds. And coming to the chemical management, you can spray acephate at the rate of 1.5 grams per liter of water. And here you need to clearly remember what is the difference in the symptom of rice hispa as well as the leaf folder. In case of hispa, clearly rectangular papery blotches are present on the leaf which are parallel to the midrib. In case of leaf folder, those whitish papery blotches, those are not rectangular, those are irregular, and those are not parallel to the midrib. So these are irregular in case of leaf folder. This pest is rice gandhi bug. So scientific name is Leptocoryza acuta, belonging to the family Allididae and order Hemiptera. So this bug, you can see as shown in the image, it will lay reddish brown boat shaped eggs. So these eggs are generally laid very close to the midrib of the leaf. So this is the rice midrib, and these eggs are laid very close to the midrib on the upper surface of the leaf. And here you can see the nymph is yellowish and 5 instars. Nymphal period is 15 to 21 days. The nymph will undergo 5 instars and nymphal period is 15 to 21 days. And you can see the adult image. The adult is olive brown in color, and you can see the legs. The legs are very large and elongated legs, and these, as the name itself says, that it is a rice gandhi bug. So gandhi means bad smell. So this bug generally will have odoriferous glands on the 5th abdominal segment, from which the bad smell will be released. So that's why we call it as rice gandhi bug. And nature of damage, how this insect will cause damage means, nymphs and adults generally suck sap from the grains. So as a result, you can see on the grain there is a brown colored spot, development of brown colored spot, from which the insect has inserted its mouth parts and sucked the sap. It has become brown in color, and due to this pest attack, the grains will become chaffy, on which grain the bug fed. So that grain will be chaffy without filling of the grains. So here you can see the image that few grains are filled and few grains are empty, on which grains the bug has sucked the sap, they became chaffy. And so you can compare this symptom with the rice stem borer, where the entire panicle has become chaffy due to stem borer attack, but here only few grains on which the bug has fed has become chaffy, and the remaining grains are filled. Here you can see some green color grains which are filled, and this white color are chaffy. Management. So spraying of dichlorowas 1 ml per liter or chlorpyrifos 2 ml per liter can manage this pest. So all the major pest of rice has finished. So what are those? Rice stem borer, rice gall mirch, brown plant hopper, green leaf hoppers, rice leaf folder, and rice gandhi bug. So these are the major pest of rice, and few minor pests are also there. So here you can. So rice large grasshopper, Hieroglyphus banyan, and rice small grasshopper, Oxia nitidura, belonging to the family Ecrididae and order Orthoptera. So these grasshoppers, generally on any crop, grasshopper will cut the leaves. These grasshoppers have biting and chewing type of mouth parts, and they make the irregular cuttings on the leaf margin. And at the panicle stage, this will cut the panicle also at the panicle emergence stage. And in order to control grasshoppers, we can dust field with carbaryl 10D, or you can spray malathion 5D at the rate of 10 kg per acre. And the next pest is rice root weevil. Scientific name Echinonemus oryza Curculionidae coleoptera. So any weevil, 90% of the weevils belong to the family Curculionidae. So rice root weevil also belonging to the same family. And what these will do, as the name itself it is saying that root weevil. So what happens? These will damage the roots. So grubs of these weevils initially feed on the leaves, later cut the roots, causing poor tillering of the plant and stunted growth of the plant. And in order to manage this rice root weevil, we can do seedling root tip method with chloropyrifos 0.02%, or you can apply superphosphate at the rate of 80 kg per acre. And here there is another pest, rice swarming caterpillar, Spodoptera marussia. So this belonging to the family Noctuidae of order Lepidoptera. So these caterpillars, the swarming caterpillars, will be in groups. They individually they will not attack. In the group way they will attack. They will feed on the leaves and cut the plant to the stumps. So these are the voracious feeders. These will feed a lot. The caterpillars will feed a lot. They will just make the crop as it is grazed by the cattle. So they will cut the plant to the stumps, they will feed on the leaves. So in order to manage this pest, flooding so flooding the field may bring this hiding larva out and they become prey to the birds. So flooding the field, what happens if we flood the field? Whatever the larvae are present inside the soil, some will hide inside the soil, will come out and they will become prey to the birds. Or we can spray with dichlorowas 1 ml per liter. Next pest is climbing cutworm, Mythimna separata noctuide lepidoptera. So this insect will also, the larva will also climb and cut the ear heads. And in order to manage, we can spray dichlorowas, chlorpyrifos in the same way, or else we can spray Nomeria rilei. This is the another insect is rice whorl maggot, Hydrilla philippina ephedridae, belonging to the family Diptera. So these maggots, what they will do? These will chew the leaf area, or these will make the narrow stripes on the leaf margins. The maggots will feed on the leaf margins, making the narrow stripes on the leaf margins, and they also damage the boot leaf and spikelet also get damaged. So here you can compare the damage with the leaf folder as well as rice hispa. So in whorl maggot, what it is doing, you can clearly see in the image that it is making whitish stripes or feeding the leaf from the margin. So the marginal area of the leaf has become papery white in color. So in case of rice hispa, what the grub is doing, it is making rectangular papery whitish streaks parallel to the midrib in case of hispa. In case of leaf folder, what it is doing, this leaf folder larva is feeding irregularly. So irregular papery white streaks are forming in case of rice leaf folder. Rectangular shape strikes, whitish stripes are forming in case of hispa. And here also you can see whitish papery leaf streaks, but these are present on the margin of the leaf, not present at the center but margin of the leaf. So this is about rice whorl maggot. And next, rice caseworm, Paraponix stagnalis crambidae lepidoptera. So in the name itself it is that caseworm, that means this insect will form a tiny case around it with the help of leaves, and it will live inside that case. That's why we are calling it as rice caseworm. Here what the larva will do? Larva will cut the leaf blade into small pieces and it will make the leaf into tubular case into which it will live. It lives inside that tubular case. So by passing the rope over the crop will dislodge larva into water and they may die, or you can also spray the chloropyrifos 2.5 ml per liter. This here the management practice, passing of the rope over the crop to dislodge larva into water. We are also using this management practice for another pest, major pest of rice. What is it? We need to recall, that is leaf folder. In case of leaf folder also, what we are doing, management practice, passing the rope. Why? So that the folds of the leaf will be opened by passing a rope and the larva will fall into water. So we need to recall everything. That time only we will be remembered. So we need to correlate one pest to the other pest. So what are the common management practices, or what are the common symptoms of damage? We need to note it clearly, so that at the time of exam we will not get confused one pest with the other, and we can easily recall everything. So this is about rice caseworm. And other two mite pests are there. Those are mites, rice yellow mite Oligonicus oryza, Tetranychidae, Acarina. So these mites will suck sap from the leaves, resulting in the whitish blotches on the upper surface of the leaf, and webbing of the mites can be seen on the lower surface of the leaf. So control is dicophol 5 ml per liter. Another mite is rice panicle mite, Stenotarsonemus pinky, Tarsonimidae acarina. So at the panicle initiation stage, you can see brown necrotic lesion on the leaf sheath at first. Later, what happens after the once the panicle initiation has occurred, these mites will feed on the flowers on ovaries, resulting in the development of chaffy grains. So here also you can see chaffy grain symptom. Later these grains will turn black. You can see here due to the saprophytic fungus. So this chaffy grain symptom on what pests we have seen from first. We have seen on rice stem borer, rice gandhi bug, rice panicle mite. So in these three insects we have seen the chaffy grain symptom. So in the rice stem borer, what happened? Complete panicle is chaffy due to stem borer attack. In case of rice gandhi bug, only few grains on which the bug has sucked the sap has become chaffy, and we can see the brown spot at the feeding site. In case of panicle mite also, only few grains has become chaffy, but you can see a black color development of the fungus, saprophytic fungus. So in this way you need to differentiate these three pests. So by this the minor pests are also completed, and so in this way, in the tabular form, we need to remember the pests of rice. So each and every point which is covered in this presentation is very important to remember. If we remember these points, we can elaborate it and write a very lengthy answer of 8 marks also. We can shortcut and write a small answer for 2 marks also. So in this way we need to categorize each pest of each crop, and we can easily remember the main important points of that pest. I hope this video is helpful to you, and for any doubts you can comment in the comment section. So for more updates, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.